Jazz guitar. Hey, you just caught me here in the gig simulator playing my all-time favorite song, Alone Together. You know, I've done a bunch of song tutorials, you know, how to learn standards and stuff, approach the guitar, to jazz, guitar to standards, and I've never done this song, and for years this was my go-to song. And a lot of people, I've noticed over the years from just calling this is a very Philadelphia song. If you're from Philly and you want to try to play jazz, chances are you got to really learn this tune. And it's not an easy tune. So what are some things that separate Alone Together from your average 32 bar minor chord AABA song jammies, right? Well, number one, this song is not 32 bars, right? 14 bar A sections, two 14 bar A sections, an 8 bar B, and a 8 bar A that really is different from the first couple of A's. So that in itself, going into this song, great to file away, right? Somebody calls this song, you know a couple of things. The first thing, if you're playing this song with a band, you want to get the trades straight, okay? If it's a 14 bar A, how are you going to trade over that? Are you just going to do sections? Are you going to do 6 and 8 or 8 and 6? Personally, if it's a long gig, I'm going to do the first time through sections and then 8 and 6. Right? What's the deal with these long gigs though? I keep getting calls for these 4-hour gigs. You know, there's no reason any jazz gig engagement should be longer than a Kevin Costner movie. What is this, Dances with Wolves? You need me to play 4 sets? Come on. But if I do have to play 4 sets, chances are we're going to be trading a whole bunch. And this is a tune where you want to get those trades straight away. All right, more on this tune. Written by Dietz and Schwartz. I would always see that in some of the books, and it would remind me of Dietz and Watson. I said, maybe these guys had like a deli on the side, a little jazz deli. But they did not. They wrote a lot of cool songs, though. They wrote Alone Together. They wrote You and the Night and the Music. They wrote Dancing in the Dark, which is a really, really challenging song. A couple characteristics about some of the songs that these songwriters use, some of the devices. This is a song that starts minor and ends up major and ends up going back minor. Sort of like Around Midnight, right? Same thing with You and the Night and the Music. Really cool, device to start minor in the same, root note, go major. There's a lot of interesting things that you can do within that. So again, knowing that, I know this is a 14-14-8-8 song form. I know that I want to get the trades straight. I know that the song starts minor and goes major. So let's check more out about this song, right? So if I was to just kind of get my foundation happening for these A sections, okay, I know that this is going to be a 14 bar A. I know that it's going to start minor and end major, but how do I get there? So if I'm playing through this, you know, maybe if you want to learn this and you don't have your guitar, now would be a great time to, you know, regulators mount up, grab your guitar. So I'm just going to walk through this whole A section. So I'm playing this D minor, and there's a 2-bar phrase, right? Okay, now I'm dealing with 4 bars. 5th bar, I'm still in D minor. But now here comes the first change. 2-5 to my G, right? So with those first part of the song, I know that I'm starting from this D minor and I'm going to end up here. Now, after I get past this G minor part, it's probably the most interesting part of the song. But before I get there, let's just kind of review what we just did, right? Minor 2-5, right? And you can do right? But that's okay. And there's my 2-5 to my 4. So it kind of moves like a lot of tunes. I start out with this one for like 4 bars. And then I'm kind of, by the end of that second 4-bar phrase, my 8 bars in, I'm kind of just going 1 to 4. So that's kind of manageable. So after I have those first 8 bars now, this is kind of the most interesting part of the song, right? And there's me resolving to the major. Now, what just happened? What happened? So after I play this G minor, there's a B minor E7. That's kind of weird, right? Well, let's go into the F. That's not super weird. And then ultimately, I get to this D major. Again, how did I get there? Well, this song is in D minor, and it really hangs out on that F, especially the melody, right? Going up the scale. Oops, right? So now I have this part. So this is how I look at this. How are we going to think about this B minor? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. To me, it's kind of like foreshadowing. These songs are just like little stories. You kind of have that F sharp and that B minor. So I'm thinking of this as a 6 of my new major, right? My new 1. Just for a little bit though, kind of interesting how it moves, right? Ultimately, you know, I might want to go to that A, but I don't. I kind of leapfrog that because I'm going to this F major, and then I have this little cool minor 3rd thing happening to the D major. Wow, let's do that again. That's where it feels like the song like might end, but nope, I got a bunch more bars, right? That 14-bar form, such a challenge to like solo over, right? We're so predisposed to like maybe think in 4-bar phrases, 8-bar phrases. So this one gives you a little bit of a curveball. All right, so that happens twice, okay? So I feel a little bit better about it because now I know it's just gonna go to my 4, right? And I feel a little bit better. B minor, E, leapfrog down to 2-5 of my relative major for a little bit, but guess what? Double major. Now the bridge, right? Now what's a bridge's function? It's to connect 2 points, right? So I have to connect this D major with another D minor, right? Because that's where my last A starts. So I love a song with a simple bridge, and a bridge's job is to make the song sound better. And what better way to just, I'm just going to start from this, 2/5 of this, right? Kind of go into the 4. But again, very comfortably back to my relative major. And then there's that 2/5. So, okay, last A, right? Doesn't go to the 4. Some people will end on this G sus kind of chord, especially around the holidays. Anyways, that's sort of a thing you want to work out with a band too, but it's a cool little ending to go there to just sort of break it up. I'm always going to go to a 5. It's a 5/1 life for me. So, all right, that last A section, kind of tricky, right? In the sense that it's not tough to play over, but like you're just giving me that straight A bars of just this D minor and this turnaround. And again, the melody really factors big into this one. Kenny Dorham does a great version of this one where he sings, and it's kind of cool to get like those lyrics in your head. Pat Martino does a great version of this song, right? He does it, I think, in a different key. He might do it in A minor. Pretty guitar friendly. All right, so check it out. Again, with this song, and I'm just going to run it back in the gig simulator. Such a great tune because it's 14 bars. It really helps you break up the monotony of just playing like a blues and maybe 32 bar songs. It's cool because it's minor and it's major. D major's a pretty cool tonality, even though it just sort of resolves there for a little bit. That's always good to think as well. So, all right, so if I was just thinking about this song, I can play my blues stuff, right? Especially going to the 4. Once you get to this, so cool to approach that D major from the B. Always great to play the open strings. I love to play the blues. Maybe all those years of rooting for those Philly teams. Right? Always resolve to a blues. Probably going to do that one a lot. A line. I like to play those major 7s. I'm going to do it again. Here it is. Right? More blues. Don't be afraid to play the guitar like a guitar, right? There's the ending. Silly ending, right? Just trying to have some fun. Hey, that's the whole point of playing in the gig simulator and trying stuff out. You're never going to know if it's going to work if you don't ever apply any of the stuff you try to learn. So, all right, jazz guitar friends, Alone Together, such a great song. What do we need to know? 14 bar A's, minor tune that resolves major on those first A's but ends up going minor at the end. Real simple bridge. Don't be afraid to play the blues. If you've made it this far in this video, thanks so much. This is probably one of my longer videos. Hershey's still asleep, so we're here hanging. It's a rainy day in Bucks County. There'll be plenty more guitar, plenty more lessons today too. So keep swinging. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Bebop!